Hi friends, it's Paige here, bringing you another weekly yoga video. This week will feature more gentle yoga, but it'll be a standing series, which is meant to be a little bit more invigorating than maybe some of the restorative stuff we were doing in previous weeks. Do remember that yoga is not necessarily easy, but it should not be painful. If you are experiencing any pain with the poses, do modify as your body is calling for it. You are always welcome to take an easy seat or a child's pose and join us again when you're feeling up for it. So go grab some comfortable clothes and your yoga mat, find a quiet space in your house, and we'll get started. Let's start standing today. We'll start with the big toes coming together to touch and a little bit of space in between our heels. Energize up through the inner line of the leg, up through the pelvis, through your waist, through your chest. Expand through the collarbones, open up through both palms so they're facing forward. Lengthen through the sides of the neck. You can think about creating more space between your earlobes and your shoulders. And then just take a moment, maybe close your eyes here, and just allow yourself to pause. So put the rest of the world on pause for just a second. If you're here on your mat, you've committed to spending a little bit of time here. So take a second and really be here, really arrive, really be present. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out your mouth. Let's try that one more time. Nice deep breath into the belly and out your mouth. Now we'll inhale, the arms out to the side and up. Grab a hold of your right hand and bend over to the left as you exhale. Inhale back through center, exhale off to the other side. Inhale through center. We're going to cactus the arms. Don't necessarily back bend here, but try to pull the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, stretch up tall again, and exhale, palms come to touch down through your midline. Park them right in front of your chest. Take a nice inhale here. And exhale, interlace the fingers, push the palms forward as you sit your hips back into a chair. Weight is in your heels. Exhale and round through the upper spine, allowing the head and neck to fall through your arms. Inhale back to standing, hands up overhead, and we'll repeat the same series there. Exhale, grab the right wrist and bend over to the left as you exhale. Inhale through center, exhale off to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, spread apart the shoulder blades, spread apart the elbows. Inhale, stretch it up tall. Exhale, palms come to touch down through center. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, interlace the fingers, push the palms out in front of you as you sit back into chair and let the head and neck drop through your arms. Inhale, push through your legs. It's coming all the way up to standing. Reach up tall. And one more time, exhale, grab the right wrist, pull it over to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, grab the left wrist, pull it over to the right. Inhale back through center. Exhale, pull the elbows apart wide. Inhale, stretch it all the way up. Exhale, palms come to touch, float them down through your midline. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, interlace the fingers and sit back into chair, round through the upper back and let the head and neck drop between the arms. And then push down into the floor strongly so you can stand all the way up as you inhale. Stretch your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, palms come to touch, float them down in front of your chest, and then let them fall to your sides, palms facing forward. And just close your eyes here, take a moment. We moved our spine in a lot of different ways here, got the blood flowing a little bit. Just take a second to notice how you're feeling. On your next inhale, start to open your eyes, and we'll meet at the top of our mat. So find your mountain pose at the top of your mat. Big toes come to touch, a little bit of space in between the heels. And we'll inhale. Our arms swing down and around in front of us as we drop down into chair pose. We'll reach out in front of us. Keep your hands at the same level as your shoulders. Weight should be in the heels. If you take a look down at your toes, you should be able to see them there. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, push all of your weight into your right foot. Maybe you come light onto your left and start to move that foot all the way back into a high lunge position. Keep your arms where they are. So again, we want the shoulders or the hands in line with the shoulders. You might need to pull your torso back so that your shoulders stack right on top of your hips. And then take a moment, take a little bit of bend into that back knee so that we can give our low back some space here. And then maintaining that space we just created in our low back. See if you can extend through that back leg again, stretching through the quad there. If it doesn't go totally straight, that is fine. We want to avoid creating this crunchy sensation in our low back. A nice deep inhale here, and exhale. And now we'll purposefully take a little knee tap with our back leg. So bending at the knee, take it down towards the ground, but just hover, and then come back up. One more time, excuse me, 2 more times. Hover, and back up. And last time, hover, and back up. Now we're going to pivot towards the long side of our mat, coming into a wide leg forward fold. So your toes can be a little bit closer to your midline here, where your heels sort of kick out and stop your force of motion. We're going to take a nice inhale here as we lengthen through the spine and through the waist. Exhale, hinge at the hips, and come forward, taking our hands down into the floor. If you have blocks at home, you can build the floor up to meet your hands here. We want to find a spot where we are stretching through the back of the legs and not rounding into the low back. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. One more deep inhale and exhale. To come out of this, take your hands to hips, bring your torso up over your hips here, and pivot back into your high lunge. And bring our arms out forward and start to lean forward to bring that back leg up to meet the front, coming back into our chair pose. Root down through the feet to stand all the way up, stretch tall through the fingertips. As you exhale, bring both palms to touch down in front of the heart center. Whew. Build some heat with that one. And take a moment, just inhale deeply and exhale. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, swing the arms down and forward as you sit back into your chair. Hands level with your shoulders. Weight should be in your heels here. Take a nice inhale through your nose. And exhale. On your next inhale, take all of your weight and put it into your left foot. Maybe you come light onto the right foot, maybe the heel, maybe the entire foot. But start to slide that foot all the way back and find your high lunge on the other side. Again, we'll set this up well. So you may need to draw your torso back so that your shoulders are sitting right on top of your hips. Take a little bend into that back knee, and we'll kind of tuck the tailbone, create some space in the low back here. Giving our low back as much room as it needs, and then maintaining that shape in the spine. Then we can start to lengthen through that back leg. And if it remains a little bit bent, that's okay. Nice inhale here. And exhale. Then we're going to do our knee hovers, 3 of them. So taking a deeper bend into that back knee, bring it down towards the mat, hover, and back up. Hover, and back up. And hover, and back up. Deep inhale as we start to lean our weight forward. Bring that back foot up to meet the one at the top of the mat. Coming back into our chair pose. One full inhale here, and then exhale, fold everything down into the mat. Hands come to the floor, and keep a nice deep fold into the knees. Heel to the feet, like hips width apart. Bend the knees deep enough that you can lay your chest on top of them, and then maybe grab opposite elbows. We'll come into a ragdoll forward fold here. Letting the head and neck drop towards the mat. The idea here being gravity. We're using the force of gravity to get a stretch into some of the muscles of the back here. And then finally, take both hands into the mat. We'll come to our hands and knees. Take the knees wide and the feet and heels together. We'll sit back onto our heels and come into a wide-legged child's pose here. If this is hard on your hips, I would encourage or offer finding some pillows. And they could be normal pillows or couch pillows, something to bring the floor up to you, something that's soft that you can lay on top of with your hands on either side. It can feel really nice. So we've come to the end of our practice here, but we're going to take a moment to bring our heart rate down, bring our sense of grounding down. Another nice option here is to take one wrist and stack it on top of the other, and then bring the forehead down on top of that. And just come back to your breath here. Notice the sensations in your body. Allow yourself to just melt into the mat. And I encourage you to stay here as long as you'd like. That concludes our practice for today. I hope you are feeling a little bit better to tackle the rest of your day.